Most German cars age like milk left on a Phoenix sidewalk.
Milk was a bad choice.
But these 7? These are rare exceptions that can actually survive ownership without turning your bank account into a crime scene. For decades, buying a German car has been like dating someone who's ridiculously attractive, but constantly asking and begging for money. They're incredible when things are good. They're terrifying when things aren't. So for 2026, I narrowed this down to just 7 German cars I'd actually spend my money on. The criteria is simple: reliability, driving dynamics, and I don't care how reliable a car is. If it drives like an office chair. I don't care how amazing it drives if it's spending every other weekend getting intimate with a tow truck. The first one is a 23 to 26 BMW M340i xDrive. That's their all-wheel drive. It has the B58 turbocharged inline 6. If somebody told me in 2010 that the most reliable performance luxury sedan in the world would be a BMW, I'd laugh. I'd assume that they'd suffered a head injury. The G20 generation of the M340 is arguably the greatest all-around German performance sedan ever built. Under the hood sits BMW's legendary B58. 3 liters, turbocharged inline 6, 382 horsepower, and enough torque to rearrange your internal organs. The B58 has become famous among enthusiasts because it somehow manages to make the huge power while avoiding many of those catastrophic issues that plagued older BMW turbo engines. Does that mean it's perfect? Absolutely not. You'll still see the coolant issues and PCV failures. We've heard about the oil filter housing leaks, the cracks, the splits between you can mix, because it's still a BMW. But compared to most modern German performance cars, it's basically a Toyota wearing a Hugo Boss suit. The M340 is proof that BMW accidentally solved reliability while trying to make another lease special. Driving dynamics, outstanding. Perfect steering weight, phenomenal balance, and rear-wheel drive character. Even with the xDrive happening to be all-wheel drive, it still drives like a rear-wheel drive car. Comfortable enough for commuting, fast enough to embarrass sports cars. This is the benchmark in German motoring. Number 2 is another personal favorite. I've driven these cars time and time again. They're absolutely phenomenal. We're talking about the 22 to 26 Audi RS3, the EA855 Evo 2.5 liter turbocharged 5-cylinder. Yeah, the RS3 is pure automotive violence. Every startup sounds like a small rally car escaped from prison. The 2.5-liter turbo 5-cylinder is one of the greatest engines, and unlike many high-strung performance engines, the EA855 has developed a strong reputation for durability. Audi essentially built a baby supercar and accidentally made it usable every day. The sound alone is worth admission, and the firing order creates a unique soundtrack that sounds like Thor clearing his throat. And here's the thing. Most compact performance cars eventually reveal themselves as economy cars wearing expensive sneakers. The RS3 just simply doesn't. It feels special every single drive, and reliability isn't Toyota level. Nothing on this list is. But among modern German performance cars, it's surprisingly solid. Third one on our list, not necessarily in this order, but it's the 21 to 26 Porsche 718 Cayman GTS 4.0. The Cayman GTS 4.0 is one of the last naturally aspirated sports cars standing. No giant turbos, no fake exhaust sounds, no artificial drama. And because Porsche engineering tends to be obsessive, bordering on clinical insanity, reliability is usually far better than people expect. Porsche engineers don't sleep. They simply stare at CAD drawings until perfection happens. Driving dynamics? Nothing touches it. And let's be honest, aside anything this side from a GT3 RS, this is probably one of the next best cars.
If cars mean more to you than just basic mode of transportation, and you want to join a community that actually cares about the fun driving experience, Exotic Car Play Place. Grab your merch just like this right down below, click and link. You're good to go.
The next one on our list, 23 to 26 M240i xDrive. It has the practicality of the all-wheel drive, but the performance of an M3. It does include the B58 turbo inline 6, and it's essentially the M340's little brother. Same fantastic B58. You get the wonderful ZF 8-speed automatic transmission, which totally reads your mind. Shorter wheelbase though, and more playful chassis, less practical, more fun. The M340 is the perfect daily driver. The M240 is the one that keeps getting you into trouble. The acceleration is absurd, the grip is ridiculous, and reliability is largely tied to the same strengths that make the M340 great. The M240 is what happens when engineers accidentally mix caffeine into the assembly line water supply. The next one in line is a 21 to 26 Porsche Macan GTS. Actually, the way it stands, I've got a neighbor who has one, and truly the car is great. 2.9-liter twin-turbo V6, the only SUV on the list, and frankly, I hate SUVs. Most SUVs are just appliances, kind of like your dishwasher and your toaster, but the Macan GTS is different. The Porsche somehow created an SUV that genuinely enjoys the corners. It's annoying how good it is. I hate SUVs, and yet I can't deny it. Reliability has generally been respectable compared to other German luxury SUVs, and unlike many rivals, the Macan actually feels engineered rather than assembled. There is another one though, the 22 to 26 Audi S4. Don't go with the A4, that's trash wheels. Go with the S4. It has a 3-liter turbocharged V6. The S4 never gets enough attention. Everybody wants the RS cars, everybody wants the flashy badge. Meanwhile, the S4 quietly delivers 90% of the experience with significantly less drama and a much lower price tag. The turbocharged V6 is strong and torquey. The Quattro all-wheel system remains excellent and probably one of the best. The interior quality is among the best in the segment. It's not the most exciting car here, but it's one of the smartest. The next one on the list, I absolutely have fallen in love with this car. It is the 22 to 26 Mercedes-Benz AMG C43. 2-liter turbo hybrid performance engine. I would go with the older with the 3-liter, but now before the AMG purists start sharpening pitchforks, hear me out, hang on now. The older V8 cars are incredible, but we're talking about cars I'd buy today, not cars I'd fantasize about while avoiding repair bills. The newest C43 delivers excellent handling, impressive performance, and modern technology. Would I choose it over the M340? Not a chance. Would I choose it over most luxury sedans on the market? Absolutely. If you want to go with something a couple years older, I would definitely 100% go with the older V6 twin turbocharged. That's the true engine to have. But any C43 is a lot of fun. That being said, let's give you the final recap. Number 7 in this order is the AMG C43. Number 6 is the S40 by Audi. Number 5 is the Macan GTS. Number 4 is the BMW M240i. Number 3 is the Porsche Cayman GTS 4.0. Number 2 is the Audi RS3. And yes, the undisputed king are the BMW M340i with the xDrive. 10 years ago, the idea of a BMW sitting on the top of any reliability-focused German car list would have sounded absolutely ludicrous. Yet the M340 earned it. It delivers the rarest combination in the automotive world, real-world reliability, and yet enough driving engagement to remind you why you became a driving enthusiast in the first place. If you're shopping for a German car in 26, you want the best balance between thrills and ownership sanity, start with the B58. Everything else is chasing it. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to click right there. The only BMWs I would probably buy, and yes, you guessed it, the B58's on that list, and the only Lexus vehicles I would buy, and the only Mercedes-Benz I would buy because, you know what, they're not quite built as well, but there are a few cool models. Hope to see each and every one of you real soon, everybody. You all have a glorious day. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.